What to do now that you've lost your job? Okay, maybe it's a scenario where somebody's sitting in a bar and they're having a drink and they're thinking, oh my gosh, I got to go home and tell my husband or wife that I lost my job. What am I going to do? Is that you? Did you lose your job this year? Because a lot of people did. Now if you did lose your job and you're concerned about what's going to happen, you're going to want to watch this video to the very end. Hey, I'm JR Fisher. I've been selling online for 10 years, and one of the things I've noticed that's really gotten people into selling stuff online is losing their job. Now 2020 started out as a great year. I mean, we were rocking and rolling, stock market was good, economy was growing, and then all of a sudden this little pandemic came along and you lost your job. Maybe you lost your job because of the pandemic, or maybe you lost your job for some other reason, but either way it's pretty traumatic. I think I've been fired from 2 jobs in my life, if I remember correctly. I didn't feel like either one of them was my fault, but nevertheless it's a bad feeling when you get fired from a job. You don't feel good about yourself. You feel like it's your fault. You feel like they're really smart and they don't need you and the world doesn't need you anymore, and nothing could be further from the truth. I'm going to walk you through exactly what you should do. Now the question is, what do you do? The first thing I'm going to tell you is don't panic. Okay, the fact is everything changes. People say, oh my God, I lost my job. It doesn't matter. That maybe that business could have gone out of business, maybe you would have gotten laid off years later. You got to look at it as an opportunity, because when you're motivated by a little bit of fear, right, or a little bit of disgust, your odds of being successful are much better. I remember years ago I was in an industry where they would fire people right and left, and I'd been in it for a number of years, and I started thinking to myself as I was getting older, well, what happens one day if they decide to fire me? What would I do? Where would I go? And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, I don't want to work for anybody anymore, and I fired myself. Okay, I actually quit and started selling things online. So I want you to look at this first off as an opportunity. Don't look at it as a negative because you got laid off. A lot of people got laid off, and a lot of people got other jobs. Other people started businesses. They found new talents they didn't know they had. So don't think of it as a negative. It's not. And something else I want you to think about too is you're not alone. I mean, there's been a lot of people that have lost their jobs, and a lot of these jobs aren't coming back. A lot of these jobs are going to online situations where they don't have to hire as many people, or people work from home, and you could do the same thing. You could make money from home if you choose to do so, but you could also find another job if that's what you choose to do. Now the one thing I'll tell you to do is don't be idle. Being idle means I'm going to go ahead and get my unemployment. I know that's going to last for 26 weeks or whatever they extend it to, and I'm going to try to look for a job in the meantime. Don't just try to look for a job. And the problem with this is, if you got fired from an industry where maybe they're downsizing and they don't need those positions much anymore, and you're going out trying to find the same position from another company, well, it's probably going to be hard to do. But even if you get that job, it may actually be phased out anyhow. Take this opportunity to learn more. You know, I think it's such a shame when I see adults who say, well, I've completed my schooling. I went through high school. I completed my schooling. I went through college. You've never completed your schooling, ever, never. Okay, I learn stuff every single day because I'm out here, I'm online, I'm looking at what other people are doing, I'm looking at the successes of other people, and I want to learn new things. Now think of a job this way: you get hired because of your skills, whatever your skill set is. Okay, maybe your skill set is you're a cash register person, you know, and you ring stuff up. Maybe your skill set is you're an accountant. Whatever your skill set is, though, understand that's not all you are. That's not all you are. That's where you are. That's a big difference. All you are is yet to be found out, right? Because you have the rest of your life to figure out who you can be and what you can do. So the first thing I would say is improve your skills. Look in the market right now and find out a way to improve your skills. Maybe it's selling products online. I mean, I sell products online. I sell digital products and physical products, and I know that online sales are going to get better and better and better. I also know that YouTube channels are going to get stronger and stronger. Yeah, there's a lot of YouTube channels out there. Yeah, there's a lot of competition, but that doesn't mean I can't be one of the top people within that competition. It doesn't mean that you can't be either if you just pick up some new skills. Now, a couple things you want to do is you want to get organized. Number one, you want to list all your expenses. What do you need to live every single month? Most people never do this. They have no idea what they need to earn to get by every single month. Now, I will tell you the number one reason people don't jot this down: they don't want to know. they don't want to know. They go, no, that'll scare the crap out of me, JR. If I list everything that I have to pay every single month, that's going to be really scary. I can't look at that. well, whether you look at it or not, it's there. Okay, it's there, and you got to pay attention to it. I know a lot of you guys feel like, you know, when you get those credit card bills in, if you don't open that envelope, you don't owe the money, right? You don't have to pay the money. That's not true, and you really know that, but opening that envelope kind of brings it home, and you don't want to see that. But I'll tell you, facing that is the best thing you can do, because then you can decide how much money you need to earn. Then you can go out there and figure out the way to earn that money. Now the next thing I'm going to tell you, number 2, is look for budget breakers. All of us have money we spend every month, but we don't really need to spend all of the money. And my wife and I will occasionally take a look at our expenses. Do we need this? Do we need that? Do we need this cable? Are we watching these shows? You know, and a lot of times we look at it and we go, we're not even using this. We don't even watch this. We don't like this. So what are your expenses? Are you going to the movie 4 times a month? You know, movies now $15–20, that's a lot of money right there. Could you possibly just subscribe to something on TV and watch from there and not spend the extra $30 or $40 on candy and popcorn and drinks? There are certain things in everybody's budget that you can trim. You know, if you look at some of the poorest countries in the world, most of those countries, those people get by on less than $1 a day. Now I know I live in the US and there's no way you could possibly do that. However, the point is, you probably don't need every single thing that you're spending money on right now, and lowering those debts, lowering those expenses can take a lot of weight off your shoulder and give you more freedom to figure out what you're going to do next. Number 3, examine your skills. What skill sets do you have? There's so many things you can do online nowadays. You know, maybe you're an accountant, or maybe you did data entry or whatever. You can go to any sites like Fiverr or Upwork, and you can actually put your skills there, and you can get hired as a freelance operator. You don't necessarily need a full-time job. And I've seen a lot of people who put their skills out there as a freelance operator, and they end up never going back to a job. They're like, well, I kind of like this. I can work where I want, when I want. I don't have to drive to work. I don't have to buy clothes. I don't have to buy gas and oil and repair my car, because I can just do this from my apartment or my house. This thing we've had happen this year, this pandemic, is really a godsend for a lot of people. A lot of people are figuring out they didn't like that job anyhow. They didn't want that job anyhow. It can be a very good thing getting fired, because it makes you wake up. Now you may say, well, JR, I don't have enough skills to do all these things you're talking about. Then get them. Okay, whatever skills you had on your previous job are skills that you got. Now maybe they weren't high-level skills, maybe they were high-level skills. The point is, you can always get more skills. You can go to YouTube right now and pretty much search anything that you want to learn, and it's there. From mathematics to accounting to selling online. I mean, my whole channel's got over 600 videos at the time of this recording on how to make money online. You could watch my videos for the weekend and figure out some ways to make money. Don't keep it private, and here's what I mean by that. Let your friends and family and everybody know that you're no longer working for that company and you're looking for opportunities. There's no better way than networking. Somebody may look at you and say, oh, well, you did accounting, my friend needs some accounting work done, could you possibly do some freelance work for them? And this company needs some work done. You may start a whole new business that you didn't even know existed. But unfortunately, a lot of us are embarrassed and we don't want to talk about it. We don't want anybody to know, so we don't get the word out. I'm telling you, get the word out. You'll be amazed how many opportunities there are out there if people know that you're looking for work. What I did is I predicted my last job that one day I could get fired. Now, was I going to get fired? Probably not, but you don't know. And I put myself through that scenario of what if I did? What if I did lose my job? I wouldn't be in a position, I was a single dad raising 2 kids. I wouldn't be in a position to take care of stuff the way I should. So I started developing new skills. Now I decided to start selling stuff online. I got pretty much laughed at because I couldn't even hardly type, which I still can't type very well, and I couldn't even send emails properly. I couldn't do anything really online. And then I told everybody I was going to sell stuff online. They were like, well, how can that be? You don't know how to do anything online. But the one thing I knew that I could do is learn. That's the one thing I knew I could do, is learn. So guys, I don't care what stage you're at. I don't care what age you're at. It doesn't matter. I was talking on the phone the other day and coaching somebody, and they said, well, I'm 57, so I'm just not really good at online stuff. Okay, I didn't grow up with online stuff, so I'm not good at it. The point is, yeah, you did kind of grow up at it, because you're comparing yourself to, maybe you're 57, you compare yourself to a 20-year-old, and you say, well, they grew up with all this stuff and I didn't. Well, yeah, you've been alive the past 20 years too. So yeah, maybe you grew up with it later in life with more skills under your belt prior to that, but it's been there for the past 20 years. Okay, so don't think you can't do these things. You can learn any of these things. Okay, everything's always going to change, and I think that's the big thing that people hate is change, and change is inevitable. Okay, that job you had, like I told you in the beginning of this video, maybe that company was going to go out of business someday anyhow. What would you have done then? You've got to constantly be thinking ahead. Now I've got several businesses online and they generate money for me and they pay my bills, but man, I'm always looking for another way to make some more money, because I don't know, maybe those things could go away. So I want to have more and more ways to make money. I have this YouTube channel. I'm building this YouTube channel. Okay, I have enough money coming from my survival food company to live off. I don't have to do the YouTube channel. I don't have to do the courses I've done. I don't have to do the coaching I've done. I don't have to do my Friday coaching. I don't have to do that. I have enough money from the survival food company. But what if what if those sales go down? What if they get worse? What if something happens to the company and I can't sell it anymore? I want to have other backup things, and you should too. So if you've lost your job, I want to tell you it's probably a great thing. You may not think so right now, but maybe a year or two on down the road you're much better off than you were before, and you're going to go, man, such a good thing that I got fired. Okay, it was such a good thing that I quit my job. I'm so happy I did. I've got to travel around the world. I've got to work from home. I've got to work from coffee shops. I've made more money. It's been great. So if you lost your job, put in the comments below. Tell me what happened. Tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what you're gonna do. What have you planned? Put that in the comments below. Now if you have questions about this or anything about making money online, put that in the comments below. And don't forget, if you haven't done so already, subscribe. My goodness, you got to subscribe and ring the bell, turn on bell notifications, turn on all bell notifications so that you're notified every single time I do a new video. Now as a gift to you, I have put a course below. It's a $97 course. All you have to do is look for that link down there, click the link and learn. No credit card required. I really appreciate you watching this video. Give me a thumbs up, smash that thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. I really appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.